Hello everyone, thank you for joining this session. Today, we will quickly look what is happening in Bitcoin mining, and then we will move back and we will discuss how Wireshark can be used to see what are the things we are doing internally. So if anyone can get access of your network, or if you're using any kind of browser extension or anything, they can access all your information just by sniffing the packet. But before starting this, maybe first we will see right now it is showing that the difficulty adjustment will happen in just 4 days and it would be around 11.11%, which is huge if we will see. As a solo miner, this is a good news for us because if the difficulty adjustment would be negative, then like if you are running BitX, if you are running Bitforge Nano, or if you are running Brains or any solo miner, in that you have a slightly better odds of finding a BTC block instead of the higher difficulty which were there earlier. Even if you will see the difficulty chart, that is also very fluctuating these days, and right now it's 138 trillion difficulty, and it will be fluctuating until or unless I believe the price and these things will not be, it will be still in the present. Okay, so let's move ahead. Let me open Notepad and I will ask one question. Like, we have covered um, stratum V1 versus V2 earlier. If you remember last time, like, we have seen mostly the difference in V1, V2, we were discussing, like, if we are using V1, we don't have any opportunities to choose the number of transaction which they want to include or we want to include, right? But there is one more disadvantage in Stratum V1, that there is no encryption in Stratum V1. What does it mean? Like, if Stratum V1 you are using, then you are sending your data in plain text over unencrypted TCP. That means even you are sending unencrypted packet, it may happen that someone would hijack your hash rate. How they can do that? Let's take an example. If we have an ASIC, we can take an example of BitX, because first we will understand what could be the issue in Bitcoin mining if we are sending everything in unencrypted format. So let us suppose we have a ASIC BitX, and if you are aware, like if we are using Stratum V1, we will be using port 3333. So if we are sending something, let us suppose I have a local network and I have configured that local network will be communicating with any public mining pool. Then what will happen? Any person who can have access of your Wi-Fi or can be present in your local area network, it can simply do ARP spoofing. You might not be aware of what is it, but in a layman terms, it will tell you that I am the network gateway. So whatever you want to send it through Stratum V1, you can send it through me. So if they will do ARP spoofing, that ASIC which we are using in case of BitX, they will, whatever work they are doing, they will transfer all those work or send that thing to another network gateway, which is ARP, which is sending the ARP spoofing. Sorry, anyone has any doubts or anything? Or we can move further. Okay, so what I was explaining, like in Stratum V1 and Stratum V2, there is a difference, like V1 will be unencrypted and V2 is encrypted. So in unencrypted scenario, which most of the people are still on Stratum V1, if we are using, we will be sending those data in port 3333. So this is available. Everyone is aware of it. What will happen? I can open Paint and I can explain a little bit more. So think like this. This is a miner and this is maybe the router through which you are sending the your work to a public pool. This is the public pool. What will happen if you are using Stratum V1 and anyone has access to your local area network? So this is a local area network. Anyone has any access to any of your devices, any of your Wi-Fi or anything, they can easily send you ARP spoofing and they will say that I'm the network gateway, send everything through me. So whatever the task you have done, you will send those packets through him and he can then forward it to the public mining pool. So what will happen, whatever the hashing you are doing, that will route to the spoofing guy and he can hijack your whole hash rate because you are thinking you are contributing everything to the mining pool, but he will be taking everything from you and will be sending it on his name. So this is a very big disadvantage of Stratum V1. These things you can easily able to see it from Wireshark. So Wireshark, like if you want to understand hacking, if you want to understand how the packet and data flows, Wireshark is the tool which you can use it and capture everything. Now I can show you with some example. So think like this. Right now I'm using Wi-Fi. Even if so whatever I'm sending, it's not what I'm browsing through Chrome. So let us suppose I will open, okay, maybe this only. I'm just refreshing mempool.space and I need to pause it for a second. You are seeing so many packets, right? How we can filter those things. That is the first thing. Second thing, what you can do is you can just simply type small DNS and you can see what I am doing in this laptop. Like if you will go, I can show it to you right now. Maybe I can pause it for a second and we'll start it again. Okay. And right now I'm just filtering it with DNS because there are so many packets, right? Think like this. I will open any software. Let us suppose I'm opening this uninstaller tool. Okay. Let us see if I can find anything here. So okay, it is not showing it right now. Now you can see Even you have opened any application, other person can find everything just by using the packet capture. I have opened it. I can see I have opened this IOBit uninstaller. If I will go further, and these are all encrypted. Okay, so right now I'm talking about encrypted, right? Even we will see unencrypted as well. So as soon as I open any software, it will send some DNS request, and I can easily check which even I'm using Discord right now. If I will close it and open it again, you will able to see Discord I have opened. I will open another application. It will show it what I have opened it. Okay. Yeah, even you can see that, right? Even because Discord is already open. So you can see. So even the person don't have access of your laptop or the mobile phone is still, if they have access of your internal Wi-Fi, even they are using some Wi-Fi snooping, they can able to find it out what are the application you are using and what are the things you are doing. Even leave about this, these are the GUI application. You may say like I'm not using GUI application. I might be only doing something with shell script. Then I can also show you. Let us suppose I'm just pinging treasure. Okay. As soon as I ping, I can see what I'm doing, what other person is doing. Okay. Even not this, because you might be doing stratum ping, stratum v1, and the port. If I know the port number, I can also filter it out. Like I just need to write it. Right now, I don't have here, but you just need to write TCP port, which port we are using. If you remember, like 3333. So if you want to filter it or isolate the traffic for stratum v1, just do TCP port 3333 right now, because in this laptop I'm not running anything, so I cannot find. But if you are running a Bitcoin node or maybe a miner, you can easily filter it out with 3333 and you can see all those uh, communication which you are doing with itself, this port. Anyone is aware of what this port means? Like, okay, we are using 3333, or leave this. I'm asking very basic question. Like if I am requesting mempool.space, this request should go from my Wi-Fi, should go through the router, and once it is coming back, it will receive by my Wi-Fi port or Ethernet port. But how software will be aware that these information is for Chrome, this information is from Discord, this information is for Wireshark or other portal? So these things they will distinguish because every device has a one IP address. If I'm using this laptop will be having a specific IP address. You can see it in the Wi-Fi. And but what are the application you are using? Those application are binding on port number. So if you can listen the specific port number where your Trezor wallet is running or these things. Okay, even you might have used so many self-custody applications or self-custody wallet. Maybe Cake wallet, maybe Tangem wallet, or maybe any other. Even you are using self-custody, they have most of your details. What are the details? Which mobile phone you are using, which IP address you were using, what are the other application you have, how they have all those data, because that is already installed. If someone from different laptop can able to access all those packets, so if application is already installed on your mobile phone and these things, they can see everything. which IP address, which location, and all those things. Even location is not enabled, then also they can see that and they can check that. Now we will simulate one of the scenario for Stratum V1 because Stratum V1 is unencrypted, right? So let us suppose I have an unencrypted website, maybe webapsecurity.com, right? What I'm trying to do is I will try to log in it and I will see whether I'm able to capture the username and password using Wireshark tool. So what I will do, I will pause for a second, clear all those data. Because we are seeing so many TCP and UDP packet, I just need to filter it for HTTP. And what I will do, I will log in. I actually forgot password, but I'm just putting anything. I am just putting keep me signed in. And I just clicked on sign in because my password was wrong. Okay. But if I'm doing anything from another Wireshark, I can able to see what I have sent it. So if you will see, I was trying to log in something because I can see it here. And if I want to decode the whole packet, I just need to go to the HTML form which I have filled. Can you see what I have filled as an admin, what I have filled as a password, what I have chosen as a security question and all those things, and what I have clicked it. Okay. So if we are using unencrypted JSON, RPC messages, or any messages in TCP, anyone else who is in the same network can able to find all those leaks, even if it is not HTTPS. Even there are some ways, even if you're using HTTPS, you can also able to find it out unencrypted details because sometimes they forcefully change and put it or redirect that HTTPS data to HTTP and you will able to see that. Just you need to see the get and the post message. So always like if I need to find it out what other guys is doing, I will just filter it out all those packet with post. So whatever they are posting, I should able to see it. So this is the post message. I can able to see what value. Even leave this. Can I see which laptop they are using? Yes. Can I see which router they are using? Yes. How? If you see the Ethernet, you can see this is the destination we are sending because this is the router. So I might be using TP-Link router, which is correct in my case. And maybe the Ethernet port or the model number which I'm using, that would be Intel. That's why you are seeing this information. Even if you want to see more details, you can send more packets. Like let us suppose I want to see which port is open. I can send packets and see which port is open for this laptop so I can get a remote access of this laptop. So if anyone wants to understand how these network and packet goes, because right now everyone is using internet. Even we are using self custody wallet. In that case, if you are not using, okay, anyone has used treasure shoot? Maybe someone has used it, and in that there would be one option to connect Tor. Like if you might have used it, there would be one option like you can enable the Tor. So whenever you are opening that treasure shoot, then you will connect first to the Tor and then the Trezor, right? But internally, if you will see all those packets, I cannot open right now the Trezor wallet and all those things, but I would recommend you to try those things. Just open any of the software, you will see all those packets. Like, okay, how if I want to see whether this is a legit application or not, what I will do, let us suppose I am not a developer. I don't know whether this software is legit or should I use it or not. What I do, if it is a binary of the file, I will go to okay, I will go to virustotal.com, upload that thing, and will check whether it seems to be valid or not. If you have a file, yes, you can do that. If you have a URL, you before clicking that, you can also check that. But let us suppose you have already application and someone is saying that this application is fishy, like it might be sending so much information. Then how you can check it? Just filter it out and see what are the packets they are sending. If they are sending more packets, some critical information packet, that means something is fishy. When you are not doing anything and if you are still seeing so many packets are going through from one source to another, even you can see what are the uh, packets you have sent, right? There are so many packets you are receiving, right? So this is my IP address. If you see 192.168.88.8, if I want to filter it out, I can just do that IP address 192.168.88. Or if you don't know all those commands, let us suppose you don't know anything, right? How I can do that? Then in that case, you will see here. So this is the frame, this is the packet. If you will see here, they have mentioned IP packet and they have mentioned source and they have mentioned destination. You can click here and even you can see the port, which port we are using for source, which port we are using destination. Everything which you are sending, you can able to find it out. Even if it is encrypted, let us suppose this is encrypted, you can click here, you can see this is the encrypted packet, and if that encryption is not very strong, you can try to unencrypt it. So it happens. Any I'm not sure, you might have used, but there is a password manager got hacked recently beyond identity. So one thing, beyond, okay, let me click here and okay, these are, they are showing what Bitwarden last time we have discussed. So this is the one. If why I want to show this, because to encrypted. This password manager, uh, actually this, okay, let just 1 second. Hmm, let me search on, okay, we are already using Google because this is the old uh, recently 2 3 days ago, which was the, okay, let me check which was the one. I think because this is 4 days ago, so I think. Just 1 second. Yes, dash len was the. So what? Why is into int? So it is fully into encrypted. Okay, so what hacker found out? They collected the encrypted version of password. But the thing is, if somehow they will able to crack the master password, they can easily decrypt the whole passwords which you have stored it even in the end-to-end encrypted uh, password managers. So the same way, even your passwords are encrypted here. You can copy this binary, okay, and then if you have some ways, you can still able to decrypt it and find it out what was the password. And even if someone has filled the form, what are the details it has, even if you are running an application, if you are sending some packets, they can capture the packets first, block you, and forward those packets instead of you first. So these things can happen if the data is not encrypted. That was the main concern for Stratum V1. And even you might be thinking that why these companies, like, I'm not talking about any specific companies, but all the hardware wallet or leave hardware wallet, even the companies like Trust Wallet or any other similar wallet, self custody software, hot wallet. In that, you will see they will provide you some benefits, these things. What are the benefits they are getting? Because they are getting the user information. If you will check internally, how much you know yourself, more than that, your mobile knows about you. So even maybe Rahul is my friend, let us suppose. I may be aware of Rahul, but how much his mobile phone might be aware of Rahul, no one else might be aware of. So all the details, what are the apps you are using, I can categorize the each user. Then I can also fetch which email address you are using. If you want to see, uh, I don't want to open my Gmail, but let me see if I can. I need to remove this filter. And even if I have opened, okay, let me pause it and let me, okay, start it again and let me open Gmail because I'm not logging right now. Even you can see those things as well, even if it is encrypted. But as soon as I log in, I should, because this is coming so fast. Okay, let me, okay, let me see quickly if I can. Okay, so many, okay, let me, okay, why maybe it is not coming because I have frequently opened. It should not be coming in DNS, but if you check manually, it will come. Your question would be why it is not coming on DNS, because maybe that DNS resolution is already there in the cache, because I might have opened Gmail 2 times just previously. Once I opened that time, it should have it in the session. That's why, but still I can see somewhere Gmail and all those things. Okay, so similar, maybe I can do with this website. Let us suppose I will put this is a different one. If you will see, this was the HTML. So because people may say, okay, this is an HTML page. That's why, because HTML, that's why you are able to read it. But okay, think like this. This is a different one, right? Let me put any wrong one, which I'm not aware of. Let me put login, and I was not filtering it with HTTP, but okay, because it is keep going up, I have to do it again. Let me close this. Admin, admin, login. It should get captured. Why? Okay, let me close this Wireshark for a second. Ideally should show, but maybe I have added some filter because that's why it is not showing, but we can see quickly right now. Okay, so I'm only using Wi-Fi at the moment. I just filter it with HTTP. I will just put admin or anything. Let me press login. Yes, I see the data here. And if I will see, those things also is coming in a different way, right? So I have used admin. I have used password as admin. I have filled. Okay, I have just pressed this submit button for login. And these are the details what we are trying to send it to whom, and sending it to a destination port 65.61. Even if you will see what this 65.61 137 117, it would be related to this website. Okay, that means even if this I am not able to see, I can still tell that what I'm trying to log in, where, and what I can do here, I can send ARP spoofing packet, and then you will transfer those packet to me, means here, and then I can communicate even with Gmail. I can communicate with any other, whatever the response would come, I will make it send those packet to you, or and then you will send all those details to me. Okay, so this is very dangerous. Like if you can able to sniff the packets, what are the exchanges they are doing, you can do anything just by looking at the packets. How you can do that? If someone has a Wi-Fi access, yes. Even someone has not, then also they can do ARP spoofing and able to fetch all those information from there itself. So anyone has any doubt till here? Like, okay, what I would suggest, just download the Wireshark, ping some of the things here, open some of the applications here, just see what are the things going on. And you can pause that thing as well and check that thing later as well. Like I just started, you can see all those packet is right now they are sending. I can pause it. I can see all those packet what they are sending. Maybe some of the packets for some people might not be aware, but leave that. You can filter it out all those packets. Let us suppose you just want to filter it out what you are doing the communication with this destination address. You can go there, you can put apply as a filter. Uh, if I can find it out, the destination address. So this is the destination address. I can apply as a filter here. So it's very easy. I just apply and you can see all those packets which I'm trying to send to this. Even if it is encrypted UDP or all those packets, I can able to see everything here. So 104, because this I'm not sure what, but let us suppose you want to see all those Gmail packet, you should be aware of the Gmail IP. How you can get it? You can do the DNS query. You can do. What is the, or this, or there should be a CLI command for DNS query. How I can do that? I can just go here and do ping google.com. So if you will see this 142, 250, 67 or 46, whatever traffic you will see here is going for, okay, I can do that. So I can copy this, go to Wireshark. Right now we are not seeing any packet, but if I will open google.com and all those things, I should be able to see and filter it out with destination here. Even if you want to filter it out with source, you can do it with source. You just need to type src here and you can filter it out all those packets. Even for port, like if you're using any unencrypted TCP port, in that case, you just need to do port. So it should be here, or I can easily put, let me see, IP address, or I can, if you don't remember this thing, leave it, go here and see the port. So here they have mentioned the port. Just go to destination port, whatever port you want to put it as a fly as filter, go to selected, and you can see whatever this port you are sending. So if you want to change this port, you can change to any other port and see, because right now there is no traffic for this. If you will see the previous one, you can see all those packets, whatever you are sending. Even if you want to decode what we are sending, you can go here. So, okay, little bit brief here. So this is the frame. In that, you will see all those information, what time you are sending the packet, what is the frame size, all those things you will find it in the frame section. Then there would be an Ethernet section. In that, where you are sending it to the next device. So I'm sending it to the router. These information you will see, or the MAC address. So even you want to see, like let us suppose I'm spoofing all those router packets. In router, there might be two laptops are connecting. How I can differentiate with this MAC address? So if I, I can filter it out with this MAC address. So I just want to see what we are receiving from this specific laptop or mobile phone. I can make a filter for this source. All the source related data I will be able to see. You might be thinking, okay, I have filtered it out source, but why IP is also filter it out? Because like each device will be having a unique IP. But why we are filtering it with MAC? Because MAC address will never change. Even if I will restart this device, maybe IP address may get changed. Maybe earlier it was assigned 88.8. Maybe next time it got assigned 88.9 if I just turn off my Wi-Fi and turn it on again. But if I know the MAC, even if I turn it on, turn it off again 30 times, 40 times, still the MAC address would be same. So if I will filter it with MAC address, I can see which individual laptop is sending what kind of packets. So these information would be there in this Ethernet section. Now what is this? This will have IP address information. Like this is the source which is sending this information, 88.8, and this is the destination where we need to send this information. So TP-Link will find this destination and will route it through another router, ISP, and they will do that. Okay. And one more thing, whatever the DNS packet we have sent, right? All those DNS packet we are sending it through our ISP. ISP is nothing but internet service provider. Like if I'm using Airtel, maybe my ISP is Airtel. If you're using Geo, your ISP is Geo. That means Geo knows what all things you are browsing. Even if you are browsing Treasure, even if you're opening Tangent Wallet, even if you're opening Cake Wallet, quickly that ISP provider, which in case Geo, BSNL, or any even the local providers like X FiberNet or Exitel and all those guys, they can easily able to find it out what you are doing daily. That is the one thing. And another thing is those provider don't store these information in encrypted manner. So everything they are storing about your router or your things, it is fully unencrypted. So anyone who can able to access the ISP of Airtel can able to see what are all Airtel holders are browsing. And even if they know the MAC or the IP address of your router, they can easily find it out what you are doing on daily basis. Okay, so this is very, very dangerous. Like people feel, okay, people will get hacked once someone can access your mobile phone, your laptop, but this is wrong. If someone can able to see all those packets, capture all those packets which you are sending, will able to find it exactly what are you doing in each time. Even maybe the password they will not able to find it out, but rest of the things they will able to map it and easily tell whether you hold Bitcoin, what are the hardware wallets you are using, do you trade, do you trade in BTC or or do you trade in US market, which broker you are using Morgan Stanley or you are using um, maybe IBKR, which bank account you have, when you open your laptop, when you log out, what time do you sleep, all this information they have just by your packet capture. Even they can also find it out the loopholes, like they have all those details from your laptop and they can ask those details and they can find it out because maybe my laptop is not fully updated and there should be some type 0 bugs. If they will find it out, they can easily hack. Like in case you guys might be using Android phone, none of the Android phone is fully latest patch, maybe not June 2000. Most of them will not be having June 2026 security patch. So even if you're using, and if I have like which Android version you are using, it can be easily get it from these packets. So once you use those hardware wallet, they have all those information like which mobile version you are using, which Android version you are using, which carrier port you are using, what are the application you have installed in your mobile phone, all those details. So based on that, they can also find it out. What are the type 0 vulnerability would be okay for Shiva, would be okay for Rahul, based on those details. So yeah, if anyone has any question regarding this, feel free to ask. I think most of the things I have covered from my side for the basic things. So at least maybe you will get more confidence how you can use, because the more you will use the Wireshark tool, the more you will understand how powerful this tool is. Because maybe right now you can just use it in the same laptop, and if you want, you can also use it in another laptop and maybe try to check what other laptop is doing by fetching everything through the router. This also you can do that. But maybe before that, just try to install the Wireshark tool. This is an open source tool. So like you just go to Wireshark. Even the code is also open source. You can find it out on GitHub. Just download the tool. It is free to use. You just need to just choose. And even if you can save this whole file, like let us suppose you did all those things, you did all those stuff, just do save as, maybe. Okay, I have saved it. I just close this. I just open the Wireshark again. I can go to open recent and open that. I can see all those packets which I have captured last time. And then I can analyze, and even if you want to understand more, just if you are using Claude AI or OpenAI or Codex, any of them, you can load. Or if you are using Visual Studio Code, you can just go to Visual Studio Code, load this PCAP NG and ask AI. It will tell you all those information of your device, whatever they can able to fetch it from this Wireshark tool. So the packet captures are very, very powerful. If someone would able to sniff and find the packets, they can easily able to see what is happening with your device. So yeah, that's all from my side. If anyone has any question, any doubts, they can ask. Otherwise, yeah, we are good for the day.